Are you fucking kidding me right there? Nah, we not doing that shit. That was disrespectful. What kind of battery this take? Fuck it. Let's see if it makes it through the verse. Bitch!
This shit never changes. I'm always switching ranges. I know the grind is thankless, but I be in the banks with bank tellers trying to figure out what the fuck my race is.
Tell me that shit wasn't better than what you just saw on the screen, Tory.
Yeah, it was.
Be honest.
100%. The auditory experience, the
honest.
visual experience. Sheesh.
Well, okay, I didn't have a visual, but
I saw the visual.
You saw it.
I saw
it's
the
already,
visuals.
it's already like it's already written. It's been written.
You spoke like Vic Blends, bro. You spoke it into life.
Shit, man. You're right, bro. Hey, man. Welcome to the Really Good Podcast, buddies. Home of the Really Good Podcast is episode 87.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes, sir.
87. Yeah, if you're watching this, be sure to like and subscribe. Loving all the feedback we've been getting. Loving all the love we've been getting.
Yes, sir. Almost at 1,000 subscribers.
I know. At 1,000, I'll be able to take off the glasses, so I'm nearing it. I was looking at the computer today, like, is today the day?
Yeah.
But we're like 6 subscribers away. So the glasses were all main. Sometimes it's very hard to look through these, to be honest, because the lights make you see every little thing that's on the glasses, and it really makes my eyes water some days. I feel like I'm used to it now.
You're Andrew Tate.
Yes, sir. AT.
Blinding lights.
Bro, AT, one of them dudes look better bald. Like, bald is just the move for him.
Yeah.
Did you see Aiden Ross with his bald look?
Yeah.
Bro, that was hilarious.
Baldy.
They called him Bottom G.
Bottom G. That's pretty funny. That's a funny vibe. It's a funny, them two together is interesting. I feel like it's just Andrew shitting on Aiden the majority of the time.
It's kind of like a big brother, little brother dynamic.
Or like an uncle and nephew
dynamic.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
I just wonder how long they can stretch it, though. They might be off of it now. It might have just been a little vibe. I saw he was out there talking to him, smoking cigars.
Yeah. I think it was like one episode.
The
like
bars. No, they had a couple of...
they were pushing a lot of content out.
Okay. Yeah, especially like in the midst of him getting canceled, they're putting out content together.
Earlier, right? You're talking about the stream.
Right before the cancellation. Like, and then he had a couple of streams with them.
No. There's new one. You know, Aiden flew out to him.
Yeah.
Oh, recently.
Yeah. I'm talking about recent. I'm talking about now because he was talking about or you were talking about Aiden shaving his head. That was recent. Yeah, recent stuff. They've been mixing up a lot. I wonder what the angle is with certain things like that. What do you think about Andrew Tate's content? You've been fucking with it lately? Honestly,
I haven't really been tapping in. Yeah.
Bro, I see the same shit all the time though. It's just him and Tristan dicking around. It's all lifestyle stuff now.
They're hilarious together though. They should have their own reality TV show. I'd watch it. I tap in here and there.
Just buying shit.
Who would give them a deal to do that? Like, what kind of streaming service would give
Zeus, Peacock, VH1,
OnlyFans.
Shit, they could do it. Yeah.
Felt like Netflix would have been the one. If they're gonna keep like Dave Chappelle and kind of fight for the artists and keep cuties and all that, I think they'd be rocking with Andrew Tate. 100%.
I don't think they could really make a whole reality show off. They're just like buying shit. That's pretty much it. They're just chilling, exactly. Bro. You need drama, bro. You need some like fucking subject matter. But anyways, bro, how's everyone's weeks been? Leading up to Christmas, pre-Christmas vibes.
Yeah. Something I don't celebrate. But what's it called? My week's been pretty good. Been tuned in with the Meg and Tory case a lot. That's like pure entertainment this entire time.
I know. It just sucks that court doesn't get out till like 4. Because I'd be checking in the morning. I'd be checking in the afternoon. Bro, a part of me kind of wanted to troll and just go outside the like court buildings and then just like get on live right after. Like watch these other fools live. Watch the lawyer. Watch the other lady. I forgot her name, but she's the GOAT. Milograms or whatever.
Milagro.
Watch was it?
Milagro-grams.
Watch her stuff and then just go right after. Just take notes on everything and then just do my own little shit.
Yo, because
you know,
I was watching some of the YouTubers, like, since Akademiks can't get this stuff out as fast, some other people would just like Twitch their conversation and they don't say a word. They just literally let the conversation go between them, and their channels are just like running up like crazy right now.
Yeah, it's like faceless pages.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you something about work. I was at work yesterday actually, and if you don't know, I'm a server. I usually have this way, my ending spiel, I always tell people, I'm like, I hope God or whatever you believe in brings you your blessings, and I hope to see you again. This one table, they just started getting into God right away, dog. And I was like, shit, all right, I got to work for this tip, right? So he started telling me, he's like, you know what, brother? I'll let you in on a secret. Me and you, we're brothers.
Oh, shut the fuck up, bro. I hate that shit. Shut the fuck up.
Your family is my family. My family is your family.
Shut the fuck up.
You got some bread for me?
Because
I'm broke.
That shit be, I hate when motherfuckers start talking like that.
And then he's like, yeah, because we all came from one being. And he was like, we came from Adam and Eve. And I was like, wow, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, you're
and then I responded,
so aware when you're talking to a clearly fucking brown person, so it's probably not Christian, probably Muslim or Hindu. Like, you're telling them, we both came from Adam and Eve. I know this for fact. Oh, okay, awesome guy.
But my response
was he white?
to it, no, he was black, bro.
Oh, that's right. There you go.
Look. So I was like, wow, that's beautiful, man. But isn't it crazy to think about all the children that had to look like Stephen Hawking to make them look like us? And he starts dying, bro, because it was like he was telling me some real shit, and then I just had to bring incest into it. And prior to it, I was like, you know,
oh god,
bro,
that's funny.
bro, the table, it went silent for a second. It was like, I see that crazy side you talking about now. Because I was telling him about like how Santa Monica or like the people that are in Santa Monica are too cool for school. Yeah. But then the Venice people are a little bit crazier. Yeah, and I'm like, I reside with the crazy people a little bit better. And then once I said that, like, I was surprised. It was because he was super serious and I took a risk, but the risk rewarded me. I got like a $40 tip. I was like, all right, cool, let's go.
Yeah, that's a lot for a black family.
Hey, no comment.
If their dinner was more than $200, that's not a guess.
It was actually 170, so they tipped me.
Hey, that's not too bad. That's a good tip. That's a good tip.
Bro, it's so funny because he works at Cheesecake, and our Cheesecake, at the bottom of the menu on page 16, it says tipping is voluntary. So don't be complaining when you don't get tips, all right? That's all I'm saying. Because it's voluntary.
Tipping is voluntary.
It's voluntary. Don't be asking shit. Don't be begging and complaining and shit.
But it's also kind of just in the American culture.
Yeah.
Just like getting a wedding ring for your girl that you're supposed to do, Tory.
Oh.
We'll see about that. That's voluntary, right?
Yeah, but I just don't understand that. Like other countries, they're like, oh, don't tip. But then America's like, oh, nah, our system is we'll pay you $2, but we hope you make some tips. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
But some places, I think they add the tip into the bill, though, too.
Yeah,
like, where.
When I went to Miami, they had world famous House of Mac. It was all gratuity. Like, it could just be for two people. It's already, like, in there.
I think some countries do that, too, though. But then, yeah, some, they just don't tip at all. So fuck them, right?
I got a question about your week. I saw something very interesting on your Instagram story.
Oh, you talking about the dog?
The doggy dog.
Oh, yeah. Y'all want to hear the story about the dog, bro? Okay. So I just picked up the Challenger from the airport. So I'm in that motherfucker, right? Heading back. I wasn't at LAX. I'm at the Bob Hope Airport, which is where the pussies go. Yeah. So I'm headed back. I see this little fucking dog running through the street, middle of the street. I'm on like Van Owen, which is like a busy street. See that motherfucker. I'm like, uh-oh. This is obviously God. Every time I see one of these, I'm like, bro,
this is moment to try.
He is so lucky that I'm fucking here, bro. Like, I'm about to save someone's whole like. Savior. Yeah, bro. Like, I know how that feels. Your dog. Oh, I don't, because my dogs would never run away from me. But either way, not having them. Oh, I gotta be the guy to get them. So I'm, boom, swerve off the road. Now we're running in these little neighborhoods, bro. Chasing his little ass. He's not that fast though. Yeah, but he's not beating the Challenger. Stop it. Yeah. But he wasn't even going that fast. At some points, I'm literally pulling up next to him, like, hey boy. And then he just like jogging, just looks over and he just keep jogging with his little tongue out. And then like he's always in front of me a lot. I'm pulling up next to him. I'm trying to get him to like stop because I know if I stop the car and try to chase him, he's gonna outrun me. No doubt about it. So every time I felt like a cop, bro. It actually felt kind of cool because like he starts slowing up, so I stop, get out the car, keep the engine running. Don't be a rookie. Hands up. No. Bro, I try to get out. He starts running more. I'm running back to the car, opening the door. Boom, get back in and start going. So I'm chasing him for a while. Get him in this cul-de-sac. I think I'm good. Then this lady comes out in her car behind me. And, bro, apparently it's like two other people had been chasing him the whole time, too. I don't know where they were, but they both acted like they saw when he first ran out.
Well, they must have been fucking up because he was on the job. He was ahead of them.
I was right on him, man. I didn't see anybody. Then she pulls up. She's like, open your car. Oh, is that your dog? I'm like, nah, shit, it's somebody's. So I'm just trying to get him. She's like, open your car door and call him in. And she keeps talking to me. I'm like, would you shut the fuck up, bro? I'm trying to get this fucking dog, bro. Like, you do that shit. You have a car, bro. She said, yeah, move your car around. Move your car. Because I'm face inward at a cul-de-sac, and that motherfucker start going the other way. And then there's this dude over there. He's like trying to dance with the dog, trying to get him. Yeah. And then the dog runs out, makes a left. So now we all peel left. She's still fucking talking to me, though. I'm like, bitch, would you shut up? The dog is over there, bro.
Focus on the road.
So now we're all, it's like a little brigade chasing this fucking dog. And it looks like a puppy pit bull type thing. And Bro, like, we're like, she cuts it off, tries to do, come on, hop in. It just kept running. So then I'm pulling off in front. Boom, I'm cutting it off. Eventually, we end up chasing into a lot. Well, she does a little shit. The dog does jump in. Yeah. And then I'm thinking, like, okay, cool. I didn't really do that much since she ended up being the actual capturer. Right. But I'm out of here now. Cool, I don't have to worry about this. Then she's all, what do we do now? What do we do now? I'm like, bitch, you had the secret sauce. Yeah. Now you looking at me. What do you mean what we do? Bring it somewhere, bro. Yeah. She's all, I can't bring it home. I have a German Shepherd. I'm like, shit, same. I got 2 German Shepherds at home. I'm lying and shit. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm just so busy. I'm a mom. I don't give a fuck you're a mom. Your kid's in school. It's 11 o'clock.
You didn't think about this before starting your journey of an hour just following this dog around fucking LA? Like, come on now.
And you obviously got time if you're going to do this.
And guess what? I don't have a kid because I don't have time to have kids. You do. So maybe you should fuck off and take another kid with you. And all right, so either way, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll take him. And then, bro, he's a strong motherfucker because he didn't like guys. He wasn't comfortable with us. He liked her, so he didn't even want to leave her car. And then so she's like trying to pull him out and stuff. And she was one of them type A Karens kind of, but she was nice and stuff. But like that's how she was like kind of bossy and telling me what the fuck to do with the car. That's why I was surprised. She's like, well, what do we do? What do we do? Bro, what do you want?
You tell me.
Yeah, so then I'm like, fucking take him to a shelter. Duh. Like, what do you take him home, you thief? And then so she's trying to give him to us. Bro, this motherfucker yanks her, jumps back in the car. Bro, she literally like almost fell back in the car. She's he's pit bull for sure. I'm like, bro, so, all right, just let me get him, bro. You're the one who kept saying let you get him. So then we have to drag this dude to my car. Bro, I'm already thinking like, so he doesn't want to go with me, and I'm taking this motherfucker into the Challenger so he could then sit next to me as I'm driving, and he's a fucking pit bull. This is going to be great. But then he was actually chilling. I made really good friends with him. Sweet boy. So then, sorry, I'll wrap the story up. So then I go to we're by Burbank. So I go to the Burbank shelter, right? Pull up there. I'm dragging this motherfucker in, right? Like, because I don't have any like leash or anything. I drag him in. And I know someone cares about him, too. He has a shirt on and everything. Shirt and a loose harness. But no collar or anything. So I bring him in there. Bro, they're being fucking awkward-ass, weird vibes. They're not even saying nothing when I walk in when I'm clearly fucking holding this dude down here. And then they're just like, oh, well, where did you get him at? I was like, shit, it was off Van Owen. Van Owen and what? I'm like, bro, I didn't fucking look at the street when I'm chasing this motherfucker. It's a blur. So I have to, like, route back. I'm like, I think Van Owen and Tahunga. And he's just, like, not saying shit. Then he's just doing shit with the dog and, like, petting it and then doing some scan and stuff and, like, writing something down. I'm thinking, like, yo, so can I go? Like, why am I still here? Like, I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking with my little stupid ass. I'm like, maybe he's going to ask me for my information in case the owner wants to call to thank me later, which, you know, that totally makes sense. I would want to know who the person was that fucking saved my dog from the street and anything else that could have happened. So then he goes, after all this shit, he's like, yeah, just checked him. He's not chipped. And, yeah, we actually can't accept him. That's not our district. By Tahunga, that's North Hollywood. I'm like, okay, so where I got to take him? Van Nuys. I'm like, well, Van Nuys is in North Hollywood, so what the fuck is this? Like, bro, I don't work here, bro. Like, why are you telling me what I have to do next? It's not my fucking dog, bro. Yeah, exactly. I found this motherfucker.
I would have just left the dog and did.
That's what I should have done, right? So I'm like, bro, I found this dude, and now you're giving me more work, but you deal with dogs for a living. Yeah. I just saved them for a living, and I fucking did what I do already. Not even for a living, during my free time. Come on, bro. No, come on, bro. That's my life right there. Come on, bro. I live for that shit. I live for that shit.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I see that happen. What other times I could attest for it?
That's the only one that got away,
Bro, the one that he in the pandemic. This is the pandemic.
No, it wasn't pandemic because we came out the barbershop. It was way before.
Okay, bro. I'm completely out of shape at this time. I got titties and shit. This fool is in the best shape of his life. Dog comes out. Everybody's like trying to stop this dog. He parks his car, and now we're running after the dog.
Bro, I went from by the Orange Line barbershop. That's Victory and Balboa. Victory and Balboa. Bro, I sprint all the way to the freeway.
To Woodley.
Chasing this dog at Woodley. Damn. So a little before the freeway.
Bro, that's like 2-3 miles.
Then sprint back. And then we start sprinting by, bro. I go all the way into the lakes chasing that motherfucker. That's why it's way better than me, dude. It's the only one that got away, bro. Like I'm in the forest type shit in the middle of Balboa Park, bro. I want to point this lady gives us a ride so we can get closer to it because it really took off.
And then we forgot something in her car.
I left my phone, and then she came back at the end of our whole ordeal. When we get back up there, I think Saqib ended up seeing the lady. She's just driving, looking for us. Gives my phone, or maybe I think it was my wallet actually. Yeah, crazy story.
Something was forgotten.
But now back to this one. So I'm stuck with this motherfucker, right? I leave out there. You're right. I should have left. I was thinking at that moment, I should just fucking run out of here. So I start leaving, feeling like an ass, right? I just feel like a straight dumbass.
Like
I
a father.
already wasted enough time. Now I'm gonna drive across the valley for this bullshit. Like, and it's just gonna be a hassle. So then I'm deciding. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm going back. So I whip a U-turn. I'm headed back in, and they gave me a leash now. Yeah, I came to drop off the dog. I leave with a fucking leash for the dog. Great, cheap ass leash. So, bro, I open the door. So I walk up with the dog, leave the engine running, walk up with the dog, open the door. As soon as he gets in, he kind of fought me. I'm like, fuck, man, stop, because they're right by the door. Get him in there, close that motherfucker, run to the car, and I'm in the Challenger, bro. So you know them tires just, bro. I reverse so quick, bro. I just see the fat lady that was at the desk coming out with the dog and the leash and shit. And like my shit started spinning before I took off. I look in the rear view. She just walking back in, like waddling back. Okay.
Okay. So you left the dog.
Left that motherfucker, bro. I wasn't going out like that, bro. I didn't want to have to tell the story and be sitting there like, yeah. So then I drove down the back. I'd already fucked off enough time, bro. Yeah, and JC was waiting on me for some work we had to do. Yeah. And so I already told him, like, hey, bro, I'm on FaceTime. He's like, what the fuck is that? Who dog is that? So, like, I'm already delaying plans. And now I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm going to Van Nuys. So, no, fuck that, bro. You guys deal with them, bro. That's your job. Fuck you guys.
That's hilarious.
Dog, this dog, when he sent me a snap of the dog was sitting like Bobby Lee did to George.
No, it was back turn. Damn, Captain Save a bitch. That's dope.
Oh, God.
That's dope as fuck, though.
It was a boy. It was a boy. He was a good boy, too. He's a sweet guy. He was strong, though. But, yeah, man, I do it again. You gotta save him. You save all the ones you can. I'm a firefighter.
Y'all way better than me.
I would leave it at the fire department.
Low-key, if it was Melvin's dog, I would not chase it.
Why, is it ugly?
Melvin's dog is a horrible dog. Horrible
one of
dog.
them little dogs that should be yapping too much?
Little motherfuckers that be aggressive. Like, I would smack him a lot if I lived with him. And that's the only dog I've just given up on, like, completely given up on him. After he bit me, I was just like, nah, dude, I fucking hate this guy. Like, because I wouldn't even do nothing for him to bite me like that.
Ah, man.
Because I would never give up. I'd be like, bro, trust me, he's going to come around. He's an asshole. Hate that dog, bro. I would never chase after him. Also, if one of my dogs run away, I wouldn't chase after him unless he's a puppy.
Remember we did?
Who?
Oh,
puppy.
Yeah,
you fucking around. You don't even know what's good for you. At this age, you fucking run away. You're crazy. You're crazy. That's disrespectful.
You hear that, Ollie?
Bruh, you guys seen we watched the UFC fight. You guys want to get into that?
I lost money off the UFC fight.
We ain't got to get into the money aspect, but
that means you lost too.
No.
But I wasn't mad though because Patty won. Patty the baddie.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. I was disappointed because it's hard when you place bets, bro, because you have to bet KO, submission, or decision. And I just was really torn between KO and submission. And he was swearing that he's going to have to take care of him in the first round. So I'm like, God, is he going to submit him or is he going to KO him? And it was neither.
Patty kind of just showed that he's almost like those women on Fresh and Fit, like completely delusional.
Why you say that?
Because if you watch the fight, you could 100% tell that motherfucker lost the first 2 rounds easily. He didn't land significant strikes that seem to bother him. If you look at the highlight plays of where they're showing that Patty has higher significant strikes, the stats are there.
No, Patty did not have higher significant strikes. All the stats actually lend themselves to Jared Gordon.
No, the significant strikes, Patty was up by like 5. And when you look at the highlights, it's like, bro, he connected on one of them, but most of them are like blocked. And then Dana White comes out on the press conference, and he was saying something about like, yeah, well, Jared shouldn't have went out thinking that he was up in the first 2 rounds and then tried to grapple him.
Yeah, it was clenching him on the gate the whole time.
I'm just like, yo, if he's up, it's like, you guys, people would get upset at George St. Pierre for fighting all boring and shit, but shit, he was winning. I can't believe that he wouldn't give Jared the win on that one. Like, obviously, like, I enjoy Patty's energy, the way he fights, but come on, that was a loss, dog. Like, it just did not seem like he won in any of the rounds to me. And then him like speaking after, just like, yeah, I won the fucking fights. And it's like, bro, I couldn't, I don't know what fight you were watching. I hope you watched it back. Like,
what do you think about the fight?
Bro, I think honestly, like, universally everyone thinks that Patty lost. Like, just universally, honestly, I wouldn't admit it that night, but like, bro, everyone thought that he lost. There's no way anyone thought he won, bro. Like, I was pretty sad. But it's funny. This is just like when what happened with Sean O'Malley, but like actually crazy. Because Sean O'Malley, you can still say, well, he was still getting Jan on the feet the entire time. Mm-hmm. He dropped Jan twice. Jan rocked him a little, but he did drop Jan. Mm-hmm. Then when Jan took him down, he didn't have much control time because he kept popping back up. So it's like, how do you really weigh those? There's a conversation, and it's not that egregious. Although I did still think that he was losing as a fan. I was disappointed. Paddy was like, wait, there was no positives. Like, there was literally no positives that I saw, bro. He was getting hit with the left hook the entire fight.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kept getting clipped. And then Jared just held him against the cage in the third round. But, like, Jared has all the highlights, bro. Like, there's not one highlight of Paddy hitting him, honestly.
Jared, every single time, that left hook would connect every fucking time. Like, and it's so frustrating to see. It's like, okay, you're showing Paddy's highlights, but Jared's highlights, you see like 2 of those left hand. We were counting them out like during the round. It's like he got hit with 7 of them in the first round.
What do y'all say about the damage? Okay, Paddy's face looked better than his face or Gordon's face after the end of the fight. So like, how do you feel about that?
Bro, like all Gordon had was a little shit on his nose, bro. But like, I just think Paddy ain't one of them dudes that just face gets like bloodied up or like just gets that damaged. Like some people, it's like the way their facial structure is. Like him, Jared Gordon, every single fight he gets that shit on his nose because his nose like bulges out. So as soon as anything touches it, it's gonna show. But bro, he was getting hit right on the jaw over and over again, which means Paddy has a hell of a chin, but like. It's just not a super bruised type area. It's not like he got hit in the eyes or anything like that. But, bro, he was getting tagged up the entire fight. I was really worried for him, bro. I didn't see any winning.
The camera angle that I saw, it was from like far up in the stands, and it was like the fans talking and stuff like that. It looked like Paddy won the first round to me, just watching from that angle. And I didn't see like a lot of the like the blocks and stuff like that. I was reading the comments and it was like, oh, if you see a different angle, you a whole different story, you know? The second round, I was like, I kind of don't know. And then the third round was kind of weak to me. So I was like, I can see how they gave it to Paddy, you know? But this one, I want to talk about this because it talks about bringing up the credibility of the UFC, right? Because I read a lot of comments that it was like, oh, the UFC is turning to WWE now. Because all these fights, like I guess this whole year, there's been like some questionable fights, right? Even like Joe Rogan after the fight, like you saw his face.
He was like, what the fuck?
You know what I mean?
He was mad.
And then Paddy's over there, you know, sucking off Dana. Dana's over there sucking off Paddy.
Did you see Dana's reaction?
When he was like, oh, Jared shouldn't took off the third round.
So they have a side-by-side of Joe Rogan's reaction and then Dana White's reaction. Yeah. He was Dana White's just like not, nodding in agreement or whatever. Or he was looking at the dude. What's the Barstool guy's name?
Dave Portnoy?
Yeah, looking at Dave Portnoy who had the wig on and was just like nodding his head. So there wasn't that much to read off that. But the fact that he wasn't like, what the fuck is kind of wild. But at the same time, he could have also been nodding because of what he said at the press conference. Like, well, that's why you don't do that shit. Just hold someone up against the cage thinking that you're winning the fight. So we don't know what he was thinking, but it definitely wasn't the level of surprise or shock that Joe Rogan seemed to show. That's for sure.
Did Paddy get injured that fight?
He said his ankle was fucked. He said that's why he kept getting hit with that left because he just couldn't move type shit.
I just feel like I'm concerned because when every single like fighting, you know, or combat sport, there's always a question of like, oh, okay, are they cheating, right? So like for boxing, like that's a big thing. Are they cheating in boxing? And it puts a taint onto the sport, right? UFC came out and was so raw, so genuine, so real. It's like, I hope it's not turning into that where it's like, oh, this is the poster boy, so we're gonna make sure he wins type shit. Like you don't want to see that from the UFC fighters, and you don't want to see people deal with that. And then I saw Jared Gordon went on, what was it, Ariel Helwani's show? Ariel Helwani. Yeah, he was talking about like, oh, 90% of the fans thought I won. So I guess they had like some fan poll, and he was saying how he got robbed and stuff, but he did it like so respectfully. And everybody in the comments was like, oh, I love Jared for that. Paddy lost like all his fans in a matter of a couple weeks because he was fighting with Ariel about some shit, and just his whole reaction after the fight, just saying like, oh, I won the fight. Talking shit.
I couldn't believe that, bro, because I'm looking to see what his reaction is going to be after they announced that Jared won. Because immediately after the fight, he's all waving his hands, he's celebrating and stuff, and I'm like, bro, this is going to be awkward in a second. Yeah. Like, I'm looking to see his reaction. Then when he won, it was just such a shocker. I wasn't even considering that. But I was happy. I was so happy as a fan, bro. Fuck that. He won this shit. They raised his hand. He won. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Our reactions, like, we were watching it, like,
I was sad as fuck.
We were just shocked. Because we already knew it was, Jared won. And then, boom, Paddy were like, what? But Jared, he made this point about that Paddy has, like, a whole country behind him. And Americans, we might not support our, like, fighters the way that maybe somebody like Conor McGregor or Israel Adesanya has New Zealand supporting him. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that we don't support our American fighters?
I think it's just a fact. You don't have as much backing as like the way other countries do, no doubt. I mean, New York don't even fuck with Jared. No, I'm just playing. But I mean, of course, I feel like the answer is just the reality. There's no way he's as big as like Patty in them.
Yeah.
But a lot of Americans do get support though. But just Jared's not
unless
that big
you're
of
a
a name.
beast. Like you get the most support once you're a beast. Like everybody else, it's like since it is in America, the UFC, where everybody wants to come and fight, it's like, oh, okay.
But Americans be hating though. It's different when you grow up in a little town and everybody knows you. So now you're fighting for your country versus like, I don't know, America. We just be talking shit like all the time. We're gonna find something to talk about.
But then there's still Sean O'Malley's though. I mean, it's just Jared doesn't really. He's not really an out there guy. He doesn't like produce content or anything, like do stuff to win over a fan base. So. Like fighting isn't enough. So maybe American fighters have to do more to really garner a fan base.
Yeah,
but even then, Paddy Pimblett puts out a bunch of content, and he's pretty like worldwide. Who's someone that doesn't do that? I mean, maybe you could say like
John
Khabib.
Jones.
Well, Francis? Francis be on a little content, but not nothing crazy.
Yeah, true. See, so like he could mainly just fight.
Yeah.
And they're gonna still have a lot of African love.
Chimaev or
Chimaev? He doesn't have a huge fan base. He has a huge hype train, but I feel like he doesn't have like a bunch of like crazy fans, unless you're talking about like the Dagestani people and like Russians and stuff.
Who I thought Chimaev was Swedish. Oh no, he fought out of Sweden.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a little different.
Okay, how do y'all feel about the judging system of UFC? Do y'all feel that previous fighters should go on to be judges for UFC?
Sometimes they do great in the judging. Sometimes it's just horrible.
But like historically, like the MMA has horrible judges. I mean, boxing does too, but MMA is like getting worse than boxing. It seems like it's like some judges. You don't even know what they're saying, and the fact that this decision was unanimous is so crazy, bro. Even. Like John McCarthy, right? Big John McCarthy, super well known guy in MMA community, UFC ref forever, and he's like the top dog, top voice of UFC refereeing. And he was saying, and one of his sons, it was one of the judges, and he said like, nah, they got that wrong. Like that was crazy. They for sure got it wrong, and he has every reason to back them. But nah, bro, no one could. It's like it's as close as you could get to 100% of people thinking that Patty lost.
Do you think sports gambling has anything to play with the outcome of this fight?
No, I don't think it's sports gambling. I think it's like the UFC interest of like you're trying to build up this guy. He can't lose to Jared Gordon, bro. Yeah. And especially if Jared Gordon don't finish him, then it's just like, all right, well, great. Now we just took our draw down a step, and no one's gonna take him as seriously. Even though Jared Gordon is a beast, bro. He's like 19-4. His overall record, so 19-3 coming into that fight. Yeah. It wasn't gonna be an easy fight, but you know the way the casuals are, they'd be like, dang, so Patty's not that nice. Also, Patty's been fighting for a long time. The UFC hasn't even... A lot of people think like they're just straight putting him on a pedestal. But if you think about it, I mean, he's not really fighting top guys. He's never fought in the main event. That's also partially by his choice. And he's not dealing with all easy guys. Jared Gordon was not an easy guy to deal with. And you're third to last on the card?
I saw people saying that. People were saying that Patty's not that good because he's struggling with these guys who aren't even ranked like that. And it's like comparing... Because people like to compare Patty to Conor. But like Conor was way different. There was like Conor's like actually good at fighting versus Patty, who's kind of like just talking a lot more. It's like, if you're struggling against Jared Gordon, like why are we looking at you?
Honestly, I didn't even know about Jared Gordon until this fight. That was the shocker. I was like, oh,
but he's still 19-3. Yeah, he doesn't have many losses.
The UFC is huge now, bro. There's so many fighters. Like back when I was younger, I feel like I knew a lot of the fighters. Now it's like, whoa, there's a bunch of new people that are just
19-6. My bad.
Yeah.
Huh?
But what was it called? Fucking Jared Gordon. I don't know.
Are you okay, bro? Are we still live? Are there still cameras in this motherfucker? I don't know what the fuck just happened. I just corrected his record, bro. He's 19-6. All right. Let's get off it. What we on next?
Let's get to the Meg.
What's the new news?
Let's get to the Meg. So we've been waiting so long for this case to finally start. We've been talking about it, getting all our juices flowing. Who shot who? Did Meg shoot Tory or did Tory shoot Meg? Did he say dance, bitch, dance? Was Kelsey over there twerking, throwing ass in the background? Where's the driver at? We have a lot of questions.
Did Kylie shoot Meg?
Did Kylie do it?
I think she went long range on that bitch. I think everyone got the case wrong.
All the way from
Calabasas. And that's why it's not adding up. Because, they was on their way out. Kylie saw him arguing. Yeah. Hit the long range on him.
50 cal. Pow.
Ah, damn.
All right, so if you have been living under a rock, welcome back. And,
welcome back.
Welcome back. The Meg and Tory case has started, and we are now on day 5 officially as of today.
Day 5 of Daystar.
There's been a lot of news, a lot of stuff coming out about the case from lawyers on TikTok and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember really what happened from day one. There's so much stuff that came out. Meg went on stand, right? Mm-hmm. She said some things.
Meg, as soon as she gets on stage, she's already contradicting the story that her fucking or not her side, but the prosecution said. She's already
she's nervous.
Yeah, she's nervous. She's just saying her story is not the same as the DA's story. First off, and then Kelsey went in that motherfucker to rain terror on the case, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Kelsey's an animal, bro.
Yo, hey, shout out to Kelsey, dog.
Bro, she got the immunity.
Right.
She got the side to be like, all right. We will not prosecute you for anything you say in this motherfucker. She's like, all right, bet. Now ask me about Tory. Oh yeah, I plead the fifth. Wait, what you said? Oh, Tory? No, I'm gonna tell I'm sorry. Ask me about Meg. Nah, that motherfucker's a liar. Right. She's a liar. Lied on me. Fake friend. Yes, she did fuck all the niggas I was fucking before
Ben Simmons.
this. Yeah. She bad.
The baby. Tory.
She was drunk as fuck at the party, acting mad stupid. Then this weird ass laugh that no one was fucking with. She was snorting when she was laughing. She's making nachos and not bringing them out for everybody else. She at Kylie's house. We make her leave. We got to tell her wig's coming off because she's too drunk to understand.
Lace front all fucked up. Lace back now. God damn it.
We go out that motherfucker. Start driving away. Yeah. She says, I need to go. Oh, and she mad that Daystar won't go with him because he over there trying to rizz up Kylie.
He just pulled up.
He ain't going nowhere with you. So he tells the driver, yo, take these bitches out of here. No disrespect to Kelsey. I assume he only referred to Meg. But take these bitches out of here, bro. I'm not trying. And Kelsey said it wasn't that he wasn't trying to leave. He wasn't trying to leave in this car because of this bitch. They start leaving. Meg is rambling on, not making no sense in the car. Kelsey's like, this bitch is crazy. Then Meg going, oh, I'm Cinderella. I lost my little slipper. Let's go back. She want to go in and start some type of altercation and squabble. Some people say Kylie was involved. And then next thing you know, her, Quan, and Tory Lanez.
Wait, did she really say little slipper?
It was she lost a shoe.
Oh, but that's hilarious.
A little slipper. Yeah, you got a big ass slip.
But you wear a size 13.
I left my size 9. I got my size 9 in there. So they come out and she's talking about, bitch, Kylie said we gotta leave. And apparently Kylie's standing on the porch looking mad. Yeah. I think that's when she was loading her shit up. Like, yeah, let him get a little head start.
With that ratchet shit.
And I'm finna, if they pop out the car, I'm finna air that bitch out. Either way, what's my point in this? Oh yeah, so then Kelsey tells every single detail. They try to get Kelsey so bad to be like, yo, so did Tory Lanez call y'all bitches? Which is kind of weird. Like, it's such a random detail. What's he calling y'all bitches? She keeps saying everyone was calling each other names. Everyone was talking to each other. No. But did Tory Lanez call y'all filthy, dirty whores? No. Everyone was yelling. It wasn't that. Okay, did Tory Lanez call you guys some dumb bozo bitches? No. We was all yelling. Okay, did he say it? All right, he might have said bitch.
Court is crazy, yeah. Just that whole, man, that's disgusting.
And then they say, so what happened when he put out the gun? Oh, I plead the fifth. Well, so what'd you say when he pulled the gun out? Nope, plead the fifth. All right, well, what about this testimony? Oh, yeah, I was lying. Nope, fuck that. I was lying.
And that's the appalling part. She already went on and said all this stuff on record about what happened and then came out today, like, year later, like, yeah, nah, plead the fifth.
I felt pressured by the prosecution.
But the best, bro, pleading the fifth, the thing about that is you're only legally allowed to plead the fifth if what you're going to say would be
self-incriminating.
Yeah, would be incriminating yourself. So it's like what she's saying. Imagine if you're the defense and the only other person aside from the driver who's nowhere to be found who could incriminate Tory and say, "Yo, this motherfucker shot." They say, "Yo, so what happened when he put out the gun?" I plead the fifth. So you have something to do with this shit, which is also the defense's whole fucking case, which is that, nah, Kelsey shot that bitch. It was not Daystar, and that's why they both have the GSR. He tried to get the gun from her after, or whatever. But that's like, bro, she's helping the defense so much with stuff like that. What's another thing she did?
When they brought up, they was like, "Who said dance, bitch? Dance." She was like, "Nah, who said that?
Who said that?
Like,
bro,
what?"
Because, bro, the story is so stupid. She also contradicted Meg about like them both being out the car and getting out together, and then getting into a bump when Meg was saying that it was just her and all that. But
Meg beat her ass,
bro. The story that I wish the defense would have grilled Meg on is like, okay, so your story is. This guy hopped. First of all, the timeline doesn't make sense. There's no way in 3 seconds he jumped out and then jumped in the front seat, then
and
hopped
said,
up.
"Dance, bitch, dance." Like,
or even the first
dance,
lie.
Bitch, dance.
The first lie. Oh, I didn't sleep with Tory on Gail's interview, and then now it comes out you slept with everybody. Like,
so
okay,
obvious,
bro.
Yeah.
That's.
But I saw a compilation of her laying with all these different people. It was literally like 6 people. But so her story is, bro. Like, so you mean you want us to believe as a jury or as just people in the courtroom, you want everyone to believe that you got out the car, you're 30 feet away from the car.
Right.
This dude hops up and says, and by the way, remember, it's this guy that you said you barely had a relationship, you barely really knew like that. This is what she said in court.
Right.
We didn't know each other that long. We had a very small relationship, not much. Don't even know the guy like that, right? So this guy who you insisted had to leave the party, this guy... Oh, and by the way, Kelsey confirmed you were fucking mad about Kylie, bro. Come on, stop playing with him. So this guy hopped out of the whip, said, dance, bitch, dance. And you obviously probably wanted to twerk when you heard that out of instinct. But he says that, shoots 5 shots at you, you drop to the ground. He then convinces you to get back in the car with him, which, you know, if I'm a DA, that technically sounds like kidnapping, but that has not been the charge. Also, assault hasn't been the charge. It's just battery, whatever that shit. Not assault. Attempted murder hasn't been the charge, by the way. But either way, this guy shot 5 times at you. You then get back in the car with him. Then when the police show up, you're worried that the police might kill him. Or all of you guys. Because the police... I'm sorry, bro. If you're a
Black
female
Lives Matter.
and a dude says, dance, bitch, dance, and shoots at you 5 times, I don't think you'd feel comfortable getting arrested with him. I think you'd want to immediately let a cop know that this motherfucker just shot at me. I don't think you're worried about protecting him when you barely know him and he just said, dance, bitch, dance, and shot at you 5 times.
And then don't say you're protecting him, and then like a month later be like, nah, fuck Tory, cancel him. I can't believe y'all not believing me. This whole campaign about it. Like, come on now. I thought you was protecting the old guy.
She got an unlikable personality, and she tries to turn it like it's a black woman.
Now apparently
thing.
she says something about his height or his stature.
Her music.
I heard the music.
So her side of the story.
But it might have been a little double entendre. You know, she a writer. You know what I'm saying?
bro. Honestly, Meg's side of the story sounded like a script for a romantic comedy.
They all sound
you
like
adding the dance,
bro.
bitch, dance is so theatrical. Like, you know, I've never seen a story where somebody gets shot and then you hear the part about like, oh, what they said before they got shot. How often do you hear that? Like,
not often. Usually you're dead or
it's
just
like,
last you will meet your maker.
What's your last
This is the
word?
last you have played with my emotions, queen. It is the end for you. Any last word? Nah, you're right.
Come on, dude.
Straight
It's like,
movie
what
shit.
are you talking about? And
But you can't hate on the bars though, bro. If a girl start hating on my songs, fuck.
You ain't
better
gonna shoot
run.
her.
You better
You ain't
run.
gonna shoot
Not-
her.
Not if you run fast enough. not if you dance. If you dance, you won't get shot.
The twerking probably saved her. No.
She had them feet planted, bro. If you dance, you wouldn't have gotten shot. Let's also throw that out there. Does she not take any accountability that you were at least instructed on a way to avoid getting shot? And in no part in your testimony did you say that you danced, that you were shuffling your feet, you weren't jumping, you didn't try to move, is what it sounds like. And you're not taking accountability when Kylie was long range sniping you.
Who were you taking the bullet for? Huh? No, I'm just trying to add on.
Okay, what I think Tory and Kelsey was kind of like fighting for the gun, and then the shit just went off type shit. But then 5 times is crazy though.
Yeah, that's the thing. 5 is wild. Like that sounds like a movie, bro. And he be grabbing the gun and just like,
It's all slow motion. And
Kelsey was trying to shoot that bitch, bro. Kelsey's fucking her little bathing suit was torn up. Apparently, she had some type of damage.
Is it confirmed that it's 5 shots for sure?
Yeah.
Because the Ring camera supposedly only picked up 2 shots. That's the thing
Where'd
that's
you get that
confusing.
from?
They can see the bullets and like the casings and shit like that and count that out. Like even if the Ring camera doesn't catch it, you know, Ring camera's probably like 240p.
But is that what they're saying? The Ring cam only caught 2 shots?
It was either the neighbors or Kylie's Ring camera that it heard 2 shots because it doesn't show a video of them in the car, and they were kind of trying to make it seem like, oh, this is the evidence that we have to make everything go.
That's probably the next person we're gonna hear from too. Is that neighbor?
Yeah, we got to hear about him.
Hopefully.
And there's that detective, the lead detective on the case.
Right.
The prosecution's trying to avoid, or they're saying like, nah, he's not gonna be here to testify because first they said that I guess that he had been fired or like resigned
Or let go, because the case was bad.
and then
They did a horrible job.
Yeah.
huh?
You said they did a horrible job.
No. That's not the facts. The facts. So basically, they say he had resigned or terminated or whatever, and then they say he's on a leave of absence. The reason that the defense wants him there is so that they can allude to if he just got fired, because he didn't get fired because of this case. If he got fired though, what did he get fired for? That's what they want to figure it out. Why is he on leave of absence? Because let's say in a different case he was tampering or some weird shit. It's like, okay, well, how can you say that he didn't do the same thing with this case? Oh, he got fired for that reason? What's to say that he's credible at all now? So it's just in the defense's term, yeah, that's what they want to phrase it as. But he didn't actually get fired for anything revolving around this case. He got fired, I think it was more recent. But that's why the defense wants him there to then impeach him and basically just cast even more doubt on the case. There's so much doubt on this case.
And like you said earlier, the driver too. It's like, where's the driver at? And that'd be a great person who is
missing
sober.
now.
Yeah, we don't know where he's at.
Yo, Tory asked to leave. Like, go to Mexico, go to Guatemala.
Like, why do you think he wouldn't want to testify? You think it's just too messy for him to get in there, or it's just like
he got paid off, bro?
Yeah, that nigga's on the run.
And
he's not just. I don't want to get messy.
And he was Tory's driver, right?
Yeah.
So. I'm just saying, man. It probably could be some money in the pocket.
That's another thing too.
Do you think Tory paid off Kelsey? Because she did admit to him paying for the lawyers, but an extra bag or whatever.
What'd she say about him paying for the lawyers?
The defense asked him, did Tory Lanez pay for your lawyer fees? And she was like, yes.
Yeah.
So that might be a conflict of interest, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because originally, after the shooting or whatever, she did go and meet with Tory in the hotel to get her bags, whatever. Could be a talk.
Wait, she met with Tory to get her bags?
Yeah, she had to get her shit back. That's what she said.
I thought she had to get her shit back from Meg's Airbnb. I thought that was the last time she talked to Megan.
Nah, because the bags were in what's it called? In Tory's car.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So,
oh, shit. That makes sense why they seem to be in cahoots, because they're both working this so perfectly. Kelsey's going to get immunity, and then not say that she pulled the trigger, but just not say that he did it either, and make it really seem like she did.
Can't they try Kelsey after this case?
For perjury or something, or lying on the stand?
Yeah,
probably.
stuff like that.
I mean, they all need to get charged for perjury. They all lying like motherfuckers.
Yeah, if you got caught lying, it would be perjury. But that's the thing. You can go up there and say that you lied before, because you can't get in trouble for just... I mean, you can in certain instances, but if you tell a story or whatever, say something, and then you get on the stand, you're like, nah, I'd like to recant that statement. You can do that. But if you're on the stand and you get caught like clearly lying, perjury.
Another little thing, Kelsey's baby daddy.
That's
works for 1501. And we already know Meg has issues with Carl Crawford.
Sorry, Carl Crawford. I used to know a guy named Doug Crawford. Bro, Carl Crawford fucking hates Meg too. So I think they trying to sandbag her ass. They trying to just body bag her career. But also, bro, come on, gunshot residue on both of their hands.
You can't really deny that.
And you know what's crazy? I was watching a report on it. They were talking about the gun residue on both of their hands. They were asking the gun residue expert, and they asked her a question about like, so since you do it in partial units, or it's just like, how much gun residue could be on one person's hands, and they were gonna ask her a question about it, but they kind of like breezed over it.
No, they were saying, can you tell who had more? They were saying, so if the person who shot the gun would have more gunshot residue on it than a person close to them, correct? She says correct. And then they're like, okay, so who had more gunshot residue on their hands between the two of them? She's like, I'm gonna look through my notes. And then they just start breezing over, and he just starts asking about some other shit. I'm like, yo,
that would have helped so much.
What I didn't get is which side did that. Like, was it the prosecution or the defense?
It was the defense.
It was the defense?
Yeah.
So then maybe Tory had more. So he's like, forget about it. Someone slid him a note like, nah, keep moving. You're like, you know what? It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Fuck it. Forget I asked.
And you guys heard that, you know how Tory's deal was coming to an end, and Rock Nation was looking into him during the time of this, or prior to the shooting.
Yeah.
And then it went sour.
And then it went really sour. So, man, you never know what's going on with Rock Nation. Are they coming for Tory? They come for my boy? You think Meg? I don't know. Meg did get shot though.
Meg for sure got shot. She got some bullets in her.
She got barely shot.
She got grizz. Hey, she still got shot, man.
Bro, hey, but okay, I will say this though. Let's say Tory and Kelsey did shoot at her. That would be very traumatic for this whole time she really did get shot at. And she's been like screaming from the top of the mountain like, hey, I got shot and nobody's listening to me,
this
buddy.
Bitch was twerking a week later, bro. No one gives a fuck.
And she tried blaming it on nerve damage.
And she lied about so many things. Like, bro, you went up to Gayle King talking about, I would never fuck him. Are you kidding me? Like, bro, are you
like
stupid?
Personal relationship?
Me? I didn't have no issues.
She went crying
it was
to
them
Lacie.
two fighting. Like, why would you even say it was them two fighting the whole time and you got shot? Like, so Tory was like, you know what, Kelsey, you did this dance, bitch. Like,
that's hilarious.
Come on, bro.
You know who I feel the worst for? Party.
Oh yeah, Meg's boyfriend.
Party. You got to hear about her fucking everybody.
I've seen
in the whole
memes.
even Ben Simmons. Who knew Ben Simmons had a jump shot? That motherfucker was hitting from deep. Motherfucker shooting half court shots with Meg.
Nah, Ben smacking.
I got some smack on him. Okay, you know what I'm saying. But you got to hear about it on trial. She's like, yeah. Did you have sex with this person? Yes. You have sex with this person? Yes.
Parties in the courtroom.
In a fetal position, bro, in the corner. You know how mad I would be. And then like she comes home with me. And she's like, oh, I'm so sad about the case, man. I'm like, get the fuck off of me.
Yeah, like 3 months later, bro. I seen a whole montage where it was literally like 7 different dudes, like videos of her with him. G-Eazy's the first.
G-Eazy's the funniest one, bro.
Don't fucking touch me.
G-Eazy, Moneybag, yo.
You just fucking everybody. Yeah.
You got the baby. You got Ben.
That's the worst. You don't even have a type. You just fucking everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Trey Songz. Trey Songz.
Tall, short.
She don't care.
He pissing
bro.
on bitches. Trey Songz pissing on bitches.
And I seen the picture of Drake hugged up around his shoulders. I'm like, oh, Drizzy hit it too?
You know Drake smacked.
Drake, you can't smash and then also be like, this bitch live against shots, but she's still a stat. Like, don't send shots at her, bro. You should, because you can't clown her when you dealt with her. Why? Like, I thought Drizzy was a little cleaner than that. I'll be honest.
I think it's safe to say that Party is probably cheating on her. After hearing all of that shit, come on. Like you
gotta go clap.
Exactly. It's like, bruh. It's like you just did all this shit. It's my turn. You know.
And
like,
if he's not, you should. And think about it. Party was so offended when The Rock was like, "Oh yeah, I like Meg the Stallion," or like, "I'll have her." Meg said she'll have The Rock as a dog or as a pet, some shit like that. And that's her favorite wrestler, favorite movie star.
No, he said that. He said, "Oh, who would you have as a dog? What celebrity?"
No. If you could be a dog for a celebrity,
right.
Oh, got it.
And
so
then he said
he was in his feelings about that. So imagine hearing all this shit.
Bro, remember, he tried to go at it with the baby when she was getting on the baby for working with Tory. He ended up finding out she was fucking the baby not that long before she was with him.
That's why he wrote, "You must not know about me."
Exactly.
You must not.
I thought he was
on
some
like killer shit.
Yeah. And I think it was that a little, but nah. The real thing is you really must not know about him, bro. You would not be getting into a Twitter beef with a dude that was fucking your girl, bro. You want to lay low and tell her ass to lay low. Or otherwise you're gonna have to smoke him, bro. You don't want to just be sitting there. You're so low, man, ganging up on a black woman. Shame on y'all, man. Y'all corny. Bro, I fucked your girl. Shut up. Like, just shut your mouth, dog.
Hey, somebody please check on Party. Make sure that man's still alive, bro.
Ben, Tory, like, all of us were fucking your girl, bro. That's our girl, okay?
Bro, make sure he's not in the tub with a fucking toaster, all right?
If Meg loses, does he leave her?
No, he needs to leave her now. He should have been left her.
I think because if she loses this case, I think he'll leave her because now it's like the clout.
Your image is gonna be tarnished.
If you were there with her for the clout, it's like, imagine now the clout's gonna be gone. Now you're just gonna get shit on the entire time. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, what do you rap about? Like,
I was fucking the Stallion while she was fucking everybody else.
That's terrible, bro. Yo, she's a hoe. You remember that shit in middle school? She's a hoe.
I've never done that.
You remember that shit?
Look at Party. Party just got a new tattoo.
That's just says feminist. You pussy.
And that's, bro, all the comments
you
was
pussy.
saying,
I don't even like talking shit like that, but you pussy. What does that mean?
They just had the quotation. It was like, it doesn't matter how many bodies a female got, or something like that, bro. And that's for sure. He's that guy.
I'm a male feminist. Ugh, don't say that.
Is that
shit.
an 8-ball under it?
You be doing coke.
I think so.
Doing off the drugs,
bro. He gotta be in his feelings, bro.
Yeah. All right, on to the next one.
Bet.
All right, so Big Ak. Big Ak sent a fucking nuclear bomb. It was Hiroshima over there at No Jumper. All right.
It was a nuclear bomb threat.
It was a nuclear bomb threat.
Flacacita.
Why? Because Flacco had Saint the Sinner on there interviewing him. He's over there kikiing, ha-ha, and laughing about shit, asking him questions about DJ Akademiks. No one was going to make a headline title, all right? Clickable thumbnail. And
Big
so
facts.
Academic came back and was like, wait a minute. I know y'all not doing this. Flacco, let me talk.
That's a good academic. That's a good academic. Holy.
Wait, holy. Flacco, come here. Okay. Like, I'm better than your boss. Okay. Like, he went on a whole tirade pretty much shitting on everybody besides AD, T-Real, and Sharp. He said Sharp was a legend. Sharp was a star. All right. Everybody else can go fuck off. All right. Besides T-Real and AD. All right. He's like, Flacco, you are my pre-cum. He's like, matter of fact, you're not even my pre-cum. All right. All right. Yeah, he goes shitting on everybody. He starts shitting on Adam. He's like, Adam doesn't want smoke with me. Adam knows that. Adam, you remember before you and Lena was real together, you wanted me to fuck her. All right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Fucked your
he
girl.
started going crazy. So now, and then No Jumper responded. And they didn't really say shit. They was all kind of like tucking their tails between their legs and shit. And then Duno was the only ones like, wait, what do you mean? Like kind of like talking back about him. But it was like, all right, y'all kind of scared.
I like their perspectives. I like the big dogs. But what do you think about what Ak said first about Flacco? What do you think about Flacco? You think Ak was right to be tight about Flacco having dude up on no jumper?
Yeah, I do. Because the way DJ Akademiks came at after the whole 16 got him situation, or the whole spitting situation.
Shot him.
Yeah, and it was really like kind of taking Flacco under his arm, you know? Like he kind of knew Flacco was little him, you know? And it was kind of like, all right, daddy, son type shit. And it was cool, and I respected that. But then it's like, okay, you go and then do some shit that you know I'm not going to like. You know Ak's going to talk about some shit. You know he's tapping in. Yeah. Like, he actually cares about what's going on in your career type shit. So then you go do some shit like that. Like,
yeah, for the views.
That just seems kind of catty, you know what I mean?
Provides no pushback, doesn't back Akademiks. Like, that's really how you could have gotten in the bag. Like, if Flacco was smarter, because no one's heard of this guy, bro. Saint Sinner. I'm sure people have, but like we haven't heard of him. Tory's heard of him, but Tory's in that bracket of people that are weird, you know? Like this guy, that's what's gonna give people attention. That's the only reason I even saw the headline. I was like, oh, this is Akademiks. I didn't even watch it just because I was like, I'll probably find out about it later. But like you bringing him up there to just ask him questions, knowing that like this is gonna be the biggest headline for him to shit on him, I say fine, do it, but then clap his ass as soon as he starts going in, bro. Like that would make for a good episode too. Y'all want to go at it, you and this guy you're interviewing. I get that it's one-on-one, so it's a little awkward of a dynamic if you're just straight arguing. But come on, bro. Stand up for Big Ak. It doesn't matter. It's Saint and Sinner, bro. You might as well go off, make it good content, and get into it with him. Defend your boy Akademiks, bro. Go all out defending him, dog. That would earn you some points.
And that's the thing. Flacco was just sitting there like, yeah, kind of like going along with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying some shit like that. So,
give him some pushback. Man.
Now you put them all under fire.
Hey, but Saint the Sinner? That's like the cleanest suit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he be having some clean fits. He be having some clean fits.
Bro, I probably saw in the
he really wasn't mad at Akademiks for nothing specific. He was like, I call him Fatademics. I don't think he likes like the gossipy type shit. That's what he was like. He was like, I grew up not talking back behind people's backs and shit like that and gossiping. And when I was on Fresh and Fit, he was talking behind Myron's back when he wasn't there and shit like that. And it was like, all right, you don't really have an issue. Then he was saying like, oh, he's not a celebrity. He's just a celebrity that talks about celebrities. And like he's just making these points like, all right, so why do you really not like him?
He's one of the biggest voices to talk about celebrities. Like, what are you talking about,
like
bro?
Stephen A. Smith, not a celebrity, talks about basketball players. Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, if he had his own concert, he couldn't pull nobody, or he had his own event, he couldn't pull nobody there.
Concert? What's he gonna do with a concert?
I'm saying his own event. Like, let's say he was like, hey guys, meet me over here. People wouldn't do it because he talks about celebrities versus him being like the main attraction.
Bro, if he did a live show, dog, that shit would pack out. Bro. He could definitely he could easily do the Novo. Venues like that wouldn't even be enough for him, bro. He could do a few theaters, bro. He'd do his thing.
He would sell out bigger than Dave Chappelle, bro.
Hell no.
Come on, Big Ak. Come on, Big Ak.
I don't know if you got a stadium in it.
Hell nah.
Stadium for a podcast would be crazy. That's too much. Like, what? Why? That just wouldn't even come off right. It's got to be more intimate.
Okay, what do y'all think about Ak saying like, oh, okay, like y'all copying me type shit on the whole podcasting thing when like No Jumper has their own dynamic of having a group and Ak is by himself? Do you think one's copying the other when it comes to the whole content thing?
I think he's saying the overall like what his mark has been, like what his legacy is. I don't think he's saying specifically like on podcasting because they do like group podcasts. He does a solo podcast with guests. Right. But I think it just in terms of what he's done in hip hop, even like Adam wouldn't deny that. Like, oh, Ak was here before all of us. Like, this lane wouldn't be here if Ak hadn't done his thing. No doubt.
Yeah, he's definitely a pioneer for just like speaking in media,
hip hop
like,
media,
hip hop media. And now he's gotten so big that he talks about Elon. He talks about anything that's big in the media. So yeah, I honestly. I do agree with them in that sense. I don't think they would give him pushback on that part, but I would love to see them go at war.
Is Adam ducking the smoke?
Adam's for sure.
Because no one has seen Adam since Ak said what he said, and all I know is Ak was talking about he could have piped out Lena.
Yeah.
Anytime he wanted, and that Adam wanted him to. I don't know the relevance of that at all. I don't think it was very relevant to Flacco having this dude, Saint the Sinner, on the pod.
Collateral damage.
But he decided to just take shots at Adam. I feel like a part of Akademiks, it's similar to like Joe, but not the same jealousy. But like he knows how much Adam makes. He puts Adam third on his list of like the most people getting the most money. Yeah. So it's like he might even have him fourth because he said third without the porn money. And he always seems like he wants to slightly go to war because he wants to start burying. And it doesn't seem like they've taken the bait. Adam hasn't taken the bait, but at the same time, where you at, bro? That's your mother and your kids. That's your wife.
See, but it's only war now. Before, I felt like Ak was really supporting him. And I feel like the only person that's
Ak be saying shit, bro. Remember during the Flacco shit, he had them all on there talking about, Adam's not paying y'all enough. Bro, y'all heard what Adam was saying, bro? Dog, I'll be giving y'all fed. I give you 100,000 AD. Adam's not paying y'all enough. Like, he's always been trying to plant seeds and whatnot and talk to Flacco. Yeah, bro, no, even on a different one. Yeah, y'all are going down, bro. It's too much. Look at the drama, bro. And Flacco was saying, bro, you started that. As soon as you started telling everyone, like, what Adam should be paying them and what you pay them, and like it just changed the dynamic and stuff. And then he kept going, well, yeah, bro, because most of them, bro, he was telling Flacco, like, I'm good. It's good that you're loyal to Adam. I think Adam likes that about you, but you should really be trying to do your own thing more. And like he's always trying to slightly divide him. Yeah. I think he would love to just have a straight head-on confrontational, because also Ak always wants someone to, because he's great when he's going in on somebody. Yeah. Remember he was killing Lil Baby for weeks. They just went at it again. Lil Baby texted him. We could talk about that later if you want to. But either way, the point is, like, he's great when he has someone to cook. And if they don't jump for the bait, then it's like, well, how much can you really do? You're just disrespecting a very well-liked platform at that point.
Do you think it's the owner's fault that Flacco did that?
Nah.
No, right? I don't think Adam deserves the smoke for that.
Not at all, bro.
I feel like that's mainly on Flacco. Like, I understand that you're like Adam came up in the conversation because Flacco is working for Adam.
Right.
So I don't think him getting at Adam is fair, because this is Flacco decided to do this. That's your platform.
But who
dog.
makes the guest though? Does Flacco bring on the guest, or is that okay?
So, yeah, because your job to bring on your own guest. Like, if you're gonna interview someone, you got to go out and get the interview. So that's why Adam like. He's not even the one that runs the programming. It's Josh that runs the programming. And even then, if you say you're interviewing Saint in the Center, they're not, all right, let's do some research on him. Has he said things about Akademiks? And no, bro, no one's thinking about that. You know it because you're the one that wants to interview him and just prepared for a whole interview and then asks him questions specifically about Akademiks. So that's for sure 100% on Flacco.
All right, so we know Adam's scared is running away.
You think it is? You think it's fear?
But yeah, he's for sure terrified. But the man on the front lines, Lush. He's ready to go to war all behind Adam.
Let's just want to be loved, bro. He want to be loved so bad, bro.
He was like, you can't just have somebody talking about your guy's girl like that. Like, what are you fucking talking about, Lush?
if Adam says it, we gonna slide. Lush, what do you mean? Like, what do you? You're the guy that Akademiks literally, like, he could act like he don't know certain people, but like he never heard of Duno, fine, but come on, you capping. You'd recognize Duno just seen it. Duno's big. But like Lush is one, he genuinely, I don't think he would know who that is. Like, I'm not sure that he would be aware of who Lush is. Even if he's seen him, I don't think he knows who, like, he was not thinking of Lush when he was just saying, fuck all y'all up there, and then listed off the 3 that he listed. I think he just listed them off because he knows them personally and he likes those. Those guys are hella cool. Should have said Duno in there too, though. Although Duno not the best podcaster.
Fucking Lush, man. If Adam and Lena split up, he gonna be in the DMs for sure.
Oh, for sure. He can't wait.
He got to.
Because how are you caping for somebody else like that? That's wild. Like, what if I was trying to protect your girl that bad? You'd be like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
You can't be talking about her like that, man. What are we gonna do?
But isn't that kind of sad that now we're looking at him because he's trying to, like, maybe he actually feels like that about Adam's girl, that, damn, that's not right. You shouldn't have said shit about his girl, and now you're talking about my homie's girl. Like, I am going to check you. But now everybody's like, bro, now you the one trying to smash Lena.
Right, but
that's what it seems like.
You can't fight harder than the guy she's with.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
Yeah. Maybe he should have waited.
Lush just wants to be liked, and he wants to be loved, and he has an idea of what that persona should be. But in reality, no one else is that especially, you can't be the dude that just got on the show that, like, you really have just, the beef is so far beyond you because you have, like, you're just here, bro. Like, you should be, all the other, like, OGs from there that have been podding, they're all chilling, bro. They're all kind of laughing. Lush also, he did give them all props, so they're, like, really not tripping. But imagine, like, Gina Views, or, like, Suspect, I could maybe, but imagine Gina Views just popping out, like, hot that Akademiks dissed her and saying all this shit. How he can't talk about that, like, I just like, bro, y'all gotta chill, dog. Y'all just got here. Y'all should worry about, like, your future at No Jumper, like being on shows, being a good podcaster, the fan base liking you and stuff. You shouldn't be worried about Akademiks, bro. That's Adam's story about. That's why
they only addressed it once. Huh? They just addressed it that one time on the pod on No Jumper about the DJ Akademiks situation.
Probably multiple pods have probably addressed it.
Okay. Now we're just waiting on Adam to come out.
We haven't heard from Adam. Adam's not saying shit the whole time, bro.
But eventually
he's probably texting him.
But I wonder why he's gone, bro. They said that it wasn't he said it wasn't the reason, that he had some other shit going on. But I don't know.
What if he comes back with, like, another black eye?
Shit.
Bro, you seen his face the last time I saw him, he had the bruises above his eye. What if he's like,
what, Lanez beating that ass?
Nah, he's dead into the sharks.
No, shit.
You gotta come back now. He's like,
no, shit.
no.
All right.
But shit.
We good with this one? We on the next one?
Yeah, we got to start segueing, Tory. We can't just, what I'm saying?
Okay,
We got to flow in the conversation. That's like
I'm saying, because it kind of like stopped. That's why I'm like, are we going to find a segment?
We got to be better podcasters.
Nah.
We got to be better podcasters. You know what? After this, we're watching last week's episode. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get our study in.
No, you said something that was going to be a segue, and it was about Adam. It was great. It was going to go on the weekend.
Oh, were we talking about? Yeah, I'm not sure. But, you know what we didn't get to, though? We were talking about the Megan Thee Stallion trial is the Gunna case. Or the whole YSL Rico. No, that's some shit.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's some shit.
I don't know if that was a segue either. I can't give you props for that.
It was almost there.
Bro, if our whole conversation is what are we about to talk about next, how do you segue from that conversation into the topic?
Yeah, you don't. Good job.
Exactly. So let's just start podcasting, boys. Damn. So what's up? Gunna, YSL, Rico case. Is Gunna a snitch or not?
Gunna's a snitch.
I think so.
Sergio Kitchens. He can't even be Gunna anymore.
Sergio?
Yeah, Sergio.
Sergio's a weird name for a black.
Because we
dude.
know Gunna didn't have the gun on him, so he can't be Gunna, right?
That's funny.
Yeah, it got to be Young Thug's fault. So.
And he was like, I'm gonna snitch.
I'm gonna take.
They were not my Gunnas.
I'm gonna tell you exactly. So if you don't know, Sergio Kitchens, well, the whole entire YSL, all right, is on case in the city of Atlanta for a RICO, and they're pretty much about to get ready to go to trial by next year. So they're kind of getting all the discovery session. Is that what this is called?
No, discovery is everything that comes out like during the trial. Honestly, I don't know what I think they're just having motions and stuff going forward. Yeah, the actual trial hasn't started. So, but they've been like passing motions and shit like that because Young Thug his lawyer was he was cooking in the courtroom, but that was before Gunna got basically let out of prison. He walked out free. They were saying he walked out with a girl that had a BBL on her. So he was definitely feeling good.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
He got his 5 year. He basically got sentenced to 5 years. He got this sentencing suspended, and then they just counted his 7 months as basically that year served, and then just let him go free. But what he said was, in his statement, he was saying, I have not said anything that has incriminated anyone else or, divulged or even met with them to discuss anything like that. So he was basically trying to say, I'm not snitching. But what he did say in court was, basically in short, he's sad that his talent has helped YSL, the gang. And basically, he admitted to YSL being a gang. And that's essentially where people are saying it's snitching because you just admitted that it's a gang, when that's part of what the prosecution is pushing to get the jury to understand is that it is a gang, which would constitute a racketeering charge.
And with Gunna, what was it saying? So, like, the reason that I'm going to assume that a lot of people are going to think that he's a snitch is because...
It's not an assumption. But go ahead. No, I'm just fucking with you.
He hasn't snitched yet. That's the thing. He hasn't snitched yet. But they could use this... They could use him in the trial against other people. Mm. Because he's already admitting to guilt that it is...
So is that snitching?
He's admitting to guilt. He's not snitching on anybody. He's snitching on himself.
But some might say he's snitching on everybody because he said that it's a gang.
Right.
And he said that the gang has done... He admitted that the gang has done harm.
And he knows...
Has he named the people in the gang? I don't think he's done all of that. We don't know yet. It hasn't...
But is that alone snitching?
I think it's still considered snitching. I would say he snitched on himself.
No, he snitched on everybody. Because think about it like this. All right, we're in a car together, right? Mm-hmm. I have a gun. You don't have a gun.
Bro, that gun's not mine.
That's snitching. Because, if you have
you're talking about the fact that he said no when they asked about all this stuff.
I'm saying that's snitching. Everything is snitching that he's doing. Honestly, even saying, it is a gang, because that's the whole case. Is we're trying to pass it off as credibility of we're a music business.
Because they're trying to argue that
right. It's a music business, right? Mm-hmm. Not a gang. And he's saying no, it's a gang. I know that they have some criminal activity that they've been doing, and I was a part of it. And then even going back to the 2017 case of them being in the car together with drugs and a gun, and him saying, it's not mine. Like, bro, you're snitching.
Okay.
But here's my pushback on that one. Is with the gun case, or with the gun, they had a bunch of meth, heroin, all that shit, a bunch of drugs in the car. With that case, though, so let's say you and I get arrested for that, like, and we both go to court, we both fight it. Like, we're both going to say, no, it wasn't mine, no matter what. It's just that since he's the only one talking, it's like, so you're basically saying it was Thugs. But realistically, we're both gonna go. If it's you and I, we're both going to our separate trials, and we're both gonna be like, no, it wasn't mine.
And Thug's gonna say, yeah.
We're all gonna say no.
You can't say no, it wasn't mine. You got to. I don't know. I don't know how the gun got there. I don't know. But if you say no, that is a definite answer of, okay, if it's not yours, whose is it? Because that's the next question.
But imagine, in court, your defense attorney has to give an opposition of what may have happened, or a different story for the jury to believe that this may have happened. So he's not just going to be like, yo, my client, he don't know what y'all talking about. Like, that it just wouldn't work. Yeah, he don't know. So it definitely was his then. So either way, legally, they're going to say it was not my client's. Like, it was not his. It's just in this instance when you're the one that just got let out, and you're saying, yeah, all that stuff when I was in the car with Thug wasn't mine. But in reality, they were both going to say it wasn't theirs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, and the funny thing is the whole snitching conversation that got brought up. And I'm kind of tired of people talking about, like, snitching and what's not snitching. Because, like, when you really look at it, bro, all these rap niggas is fraudulent, bro. Like, fake chains, fake cars, fake lifestyle, fake personas. Like, are they even a part of the street life to say what's snitching and what's not snitching? Because, like, they all be snitching, bro. All these rappers, all these criminals, all these hard gangsters be telling like a motherfucker.
Not Bobby Shmurda.
So it's like, what is this? Hey. What is this street code that we're talking about? Like, what are we actually talking? Oh, and why are civilians, like regular people, having a conversation about what's snitching and what's not snitching, who's gangster, who's not gangster? It's just like weird to me. Like,
do you think that hip hop is the only like entertainment industry where snitching is super like? What's the word? Like horrible or
nah, bro. The rock stars, they hate the pop stars, bro. They do not go for snitching, bro. Bro, even like Taylor Swift, bro. If you tell her you're a snitch, she's not linking up with you, bro. Nah. She won't even make a record with you. She finds out you're snitching.
I mean, this is the only culture because we're tied to like violence and the whole court system and stuff like that, and you have all these different gangs and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna have people talking about snitching and stuff.
Green Day don't fuck with no snitches, bro.
Because like I feel like especially if there was a fucking comedian, if there was comedians in the car and there's a gun in the car, and then one of them is like, it's not mine. And they all say it's not mine. And at one point, somebody's going to snitch and be like, it's his. Yeah. You know? And no, I don't think comedians would look at the person like, oh, God, like, I can't believe you're a fucking snitch. You ain't part of the streets. It's like,
well, because they consider themselves civilians, you know? If you have boast an image of being into crime and shooting ops and spinning blocks and stuff, that's different from, like, you're just a comedian in the car.
Damn. But how? That's the thing. I saw 6ix9ine speak on it. With 6ix9ine, why would the industry just blackball him completely?
On it, bro. Yeah, that was so funny. The fucking clubhouse of 6ix9ine just going in. So how are y'all saying? He said no. He's saying it's him. Like, bro, and that dude said, man, you really passionate about this rat and shit, bro. Like, it really was the perfect line.
He's trying to clear his name. That's why he's like, everybody call me rat for this long. I want y'all to call him a rat too. But nah, he's likable, so it's like, it's different.
Even his situation is, wait, bro, you infiltrated a fucking gang in New York, roll with them niggas, were calling shots because you had the bread, and then went and snitched on all of them, and basically got a whole gang, a huge-ass cracking gang in New York locked up, the 9 Trey Bloods. And you even got the guy locked up who you paid to shoot at somebody. Yeah. That's just weight. And you testified on the stand in 2 guys' trials, the guys that kidnapped you, bro. Like, that's not the same as somebody admitting that it's a gang. And that's basically it. It's a gang, and no, I don't admit to anything being mine.
With that being said, do you think once, like, the RICO and everything's done, like, is Gunna gonna still do time or no?
No, his jail sentence, his prison sentence is suspended.
So he has community service.
Yeah. Okay, so after the jail sentence is done, do you think the industry would blackball him for doing that? No?
Nah.
Damn.
But I don't think anybody
also, apparently, Dolly White is apparently Young Thug's sister. She went on live shortly after this and said, can y'all please stop saying that people ratted and people this and that? It's not making anybody better. It's not making nothing good, bro. Nothing that's going on is helping my brother. So can y'all please stop that? Can y'all please stop? If y'all love Gunna, then y'all give him support. Like, what the fuck are y'all over here doing? Y'all tripping. She then explained that she hasn't discussed Gunna on social media due to legal reasons. I haven't posted him because I was just told that nobody really supposed to have communications with each other right now, she said. So I don't want to mess this shit up. So why I just and post it? Okay. She's slow. Just kidding. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want... No. Sorry, that's Gunna's statement at this point. But
that's kind of shocking that she came out about that.
She kind of backed him. So basically, some people are also assuming that what he did was sanctioned by Young Thug. But I do not know why he would... Like, okay, one theory is that it was sanctioned by Thug so that he can be out here making money doing shows and then be still providing for the gang because they're not gang, because so that they can still be paying legal fees and stuff like that. And then as a unit, they're stronger. So I could see it. Here's a theory. Young Thug is like, okay, well, us being a gang, there's already 30 people that they say they have 300 witnesses, bro. So I don't think one person being like, oh, all right, yeah, it's a gang, is going to make that much difference when you have 300 people and obviously people that are involved in the gang ready to testify. And you know people are already snitching.
27 other defendants. And you had the co-founder of YSL took a plea deal already. And one of the shooters took a plea deal already. So it's not a good look for anybody.
So maybe if you're like, fam, you literally were not even involved in street shit like this. All we have is we were in the car together that one time. I don't want you to sit no more. You get out, get your bread right, and you better be paying all of our attorney fees and shit. Because the niggas that we're worried about, they need people paying their attorney's fees. Because if they start feeling like they ain't got nothing backing them, they're going to switch up quick. Yeah. So maybe that could be a theory, and also having someone outside the walls could be a theory too. But at the same time, I feel like if you Gunna and you just made a deal, it might be a little scary to then be doing anything to try to help your previous co-defendants.
Yeah, for sure.
Clip that. I like that.
Yeah, and I don't think that the industry is going to blackball him or anything like that. Because after he came out on the YSL page, they posted him like Gunna's out and celebrated him and stuff like that. So,
but the rapper, I think a lot of rappers will come out and spoke, but it's the ones that are on Clubhouse that are talking their shit as it is.
Like I saw Sauce Walker come out and say some shit about him. Bobby came out saying something about him.
It's the niggas that aren't going to be affected by it, I feel like.
Boosie said something.
But you're not going to hear no like industry, like I don't think Meek has come out and said nothing, like, and he speaks a lot, but I just feel like a lot of rappers don't know where to stand because they want to see how things go. They want to see what the narrative is going to be, because if everyone boosts him up somehow and it turns out, oh, he was helping or whatever it is, then you don't want to be the guy that he's not fucking with because you took shots at him first thing. Guys like Charleston White, Clown, and although he was more big up in him, but like other people saying, oh, he's a snitch, XYZ, there are usually people that he is probably never going to work with anyways.
Okay, so what about the Crime Stoppers thing? Because like that was a whole thing before this whole case. It was like, oh, Gunna's a snitch.
What's a Crime Stopper?
I want to say Crime Stoppers was like some Atlanta organization.
It's like a you can always call Crime Stoppers like if to report a crime, but they were doing a video.
Like his cousin did a crime, but then he told.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was like, because he locked up right now, but really it was so and so that did the crime. But now my cousin locked up, and it ain't right. Like he's locked up when this dude the one that actually did the crime.
So
and this is what they're telling the Crime Stoppers.
This is what Gunna told. So this is like
he's
years
ago.
He's on camera snitching.
It's one of those like shows.
So then now years later, the YSL thing, everybody's bringing that back up. Like, oh, he been a snitch. Bro, now he's snitching again.
You know what's so funny? I don't want to go too off topic, but when 6ix9ine was on the on Impulsive, that was when no one would do an interview with him. And he comes to the widest platform ever to do this interview and like get off his snitching points, like get them all across. And he's like, so imagine this. If someone happened to your cousin, he's locked up, and you go and you say, my cousin ain't do it, he did. Is that snitching? And they're like,
yeah,
no, it's my cousin. I mean, what do you? And they're all like getting confused. Like he's the interviewer now. I mean, is this someone you're talking about, or I don't get it. I'm just saying, answer the question. I mean, it's my cousin, bro. I'm gonna tell it's my cousin. What do you mean? I do anything to get my cousin out of jail. No. But in the world of snitching, he's like, well, I mean,
I'm not in that world.
He's like, I mean, I guess. But I'd still do it. Yeah. And he's like, well, bro, it was the funniest shit. We're like, bro, this isn't Clubhouse. You're not talking to Whack, bro. You're talking to Logan Paul, bro. Like
those street politics don't make sense in any other culture besides ours.
And also, seriously, the Gunna shit from, I don't even know how old he was, but he was probably pretty young at that point. I just see a young dude talking about how his cousin got locked up when really it was someone else that did the crime. Like, I'm not like, you fucking bitch. You're a snitch. Fuck you. You're a pussy. Like, I just don't have that type of energy toward that. But I guess if you're playing by the rules, like, yeah, that's snitching.
It is snitching, but honestly, the way that you just explained it did not sound like it at all. But
it's definitely snitching.
It in some form, I was like, what's it called? You said his cousin was
locked
up.
And so he told him somebody else who wasn't locked up.
Yeah. Okay. So him saying it out loud, that's the aspect.
Tory didn't do the crime, Saqib did the crime.
That's still snitching.
Bro, I don't do
not
crimes.
That deep. I'm just saying, it just means you're saying someone else did a crime. So by those laws, it would be by the snitching ordinance.
Run the streets, the street snitching.
So now what's happening with Young Thug? I just saw that he got a big win.
He got kind of a big win because they got a bunch of stuff illegally. Here's the problem, bro. And because the lawyer's smart, bro. What's her name? What's her name?
The DA?
Yeah, the DA. Fonnie Walker.
Fonnie.
She got stuff illegally, right? I think it was the phone records. Was it the fucking rental car? Regardless, she broke the rules, and then they are not going to be able to use any of that evidence.
Yeah, it was the phone.
Oh, I remember the phone.
Oh, okay. Wait, what's the phone one?
So
is this different from the rental car?
They had a arrest warrant that they showed up in the car, but then they saw weed, and now it's probable cause. So now they're searching the house, and now they obtained computers, and then they obtained the cell phone. So this happened in 2015. The cell phone, they tried to get some company to like open it up or encrypt it just so they could see what's on the phone, but that got suppressed because that was an illegal search. So now, 2 years later, now that company, their technology has advanced, and now they're able to open the phone, and they're using this in the case. So now
they're saying the timeline you can't use that so many years after the fact. Right?
It's not even so many years after the fact. They did it illegally. You can't do that. Yeah. You can't just seize their property like that without having a search warrant. They had an arrest warrant, but they didn't have a search warrant. So you can't just go and seize the property from the people.
That actually might be a pretty good dub.
But I don't know if that's a good dub though, because imagine you have 50 charges thrown at you and you just get 2 thrown out. Like that's not that big.
Well,
that's one of the biggest ones.
It's evidence though.
The evidence on the phones is probably way more significant than certain, because that's going to help paint the picture.
But then you still have 300 eyewitnesses. You still have transactions. You still have everything else. Like I don't know if that's that big of a W. It's like, yeah, okay, they do some of that stuff.
If Young Thug only gets 10 years, that's a W.
Shit, yeah, honestly,
it's a small dub. The rental car one. The reason that one wasn't really a dub was because she obtained it like, I guess she showed like fake paperwork or shoddy paperwork, and then got them to release the records, who got the rental car and all that shit, right? Which is like, yeah, that little detail might be thrown out, but I'm sure she knew that, but it wouldn't matter, because by the time you've gotten all that information, gone to the people who the information is on, gotten them to switch, and then to be prepared to snitch, they probably already given statements and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, what I showed him, that evidence, okay, fine, fuck the evidence. I still have 5 guys now that are going to admit to the rental car. They're going to admit to him buying it. They're going to admit to going to wherever. That's what was more important than just the records of that. So I think she knew what she was doing on that one. But how come still no one's ever talking about how Birdman snitched?
Bro, you're the only one, man.
Can't talk about Birdman like that. Birdman will smack you.
The guy who started all this stuff, the one that really set it off. Remember the guy that shot the cop? Yeah. Same one that shot at Lil Wayne's tour bus. They talk about him knowing the guy who shot Lil Wayne's tour bus, having communications with him. But it's also on record that guy called Birdman right after shooting up the tour bus, and Birdman said, "Come home, come home." So come on, bro. Like, it's the same shit as Jim Jones with the New York shit. Like, how is he on record getting a phone call? He's been very tied in with YSL. He basically built up YSL in ways of like making the collab shit with Rich Gang and all that stuff. How is he not tied into this at all?
Birdman is a Fed.
No mention of Birdman.
Birdman
and
is
this
a Fed.
does need to be clipped.
You know, that's crazy. You made this point a while ago, but then we didn't use that podcast. So I'm glad he made it now. It will be clipped.
Thank you, brother.
You understand? You understand?
But yeah, we're going to wait for more development from the Young Thug and Gunna case. This is going to be very interesting as stuff comes out. Because, I mean, everybody's going to start. I mean, I don't know. But I feel like you got 27 defendants. Somebody's going to start telling.
Hey, wait,
and it's going to be way worse than what Gunna's
last question, though. You still going to listen to Gunna's music?
Yeah. I like Gunna still.
You still going to listen to Gunna's music?
I don't listen to a lot of his newer stuff. I like his like Spending Addiction and all the older stuff. Yeah, I still listen to those. Those are still fire. I don't know. I really can't. I like Gunna on features. Him on features fire. Like, he just come out.
Because Gunna's like a wavy rapper. I never saw him as like some hardened street tough guy. So I'm like, now that all this stuff coming out, I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't really expect him to try to sit that long or really be too involved with the YSL gang shit anyway. So if he comes out still rapping about, you know what I'm saying, VVS's and all that other shit, I'm like, okay, cool. It's still the same Gunna.
And Gunna wasn't rapping about like, y'all are snitches and like, I'm going to tear up your block. Oh, no, he definitely had lines. He definitely did have lines, actually, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know.
That wasn't his main thing.
I see what you're saying, though. Yeah, he was more of like a wavy dude. And me, I don't really listen to Gunna like that, but I like some of his songs that you play, like, Why the Loudest in the Room? Oh, is that song?
Yeah.
So like, you play that one. I like that one. I mean, I like some of his songs, but yeah, it definitely wouldn't. I don't hear come on and be like, bro, cut this shit off. This dude's a snitch. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, the internet be mad annoying. I'm like, I'm so convinced there's not this many gang members. Like, when you see all the comments about him snitching, like, I'm so convinced that there's not this many people in the streets.
And
right?
they're like adamant about it. They're posting posting like rats and like all the like the rat emoji and shit like that. I'm like, bro, y'all caring way too much about
bro.
this
He
shit.
sat for 7 months. Like, the fuck, it wasn't the 6ix9ine though. The first day he was already telling.
He should have just bit the bullet. That's why you got other people making decisions for your life. Like,
and yet you don't know anything about that shit, bro.
It's like they're not taking account for your family or the people that you're taking care of, and they're just like, bro. It's the code, though.
How'd
you know,
like, you could have sat for those 3 years.
3 years.
How you gonna tell me I'm
technically snitching
bro?
because you gave up that information? Fuck it, yeah. And now I'm home. Like, what you mean? It wasn't even that big. Yeah, it's a gang. That was it. That was the most they got. It was a gang. Yeah. It was a gang.
But that's another. People's like, oh, he's saying something they already know, but that's not the point. You can't admit to that, so it's still
yeah.
Like,
there is that aspect for sure.
Yeah.
We just spoke on like 2 different cases. Let's get down to one last one. Logan Paul versus George Janko.
Logan versus God and Jesus and the entire religion.
Oh, facts. That's a way better way to put it. So if you haven't seen, Logan Paul, George Janko, they were having this heated debate about religion. George is a fellow Christian. He loves Christianity. He loves Jesus. He loves the Holy Trinity. Logan Paul does not believe in all that type of pseudoscience.
He considers himself agnostic.
Yeah, Logan Paul is agnostic. I thought he was atheist from all of his claims, but agnostic. If you don't know what that means, you believe in a higher power. So they were having this conversation, and George brings up the fact, like, how Logan Paul in the future, or in the past, like, he's spoke about religion in a way that kind of, like, hurts his feelings. And it started from Logan Paul saying, Jesus Christ fucks. And now George is like, oh, man, he's like, disgusted by that claim. Supposedly, there was a... They every single time that they have a discussion about religion, Logan Paul is like very aggressive in that sense. He always talks about like how are you going to be sitting in the same boat as the people that are condemning what people should love? Like he's talking about gay people. Yeah. And George is talking about like, but I'm not on the same boat as those people. It's like we have a belief that we could speak about, but you always assume that I'm part of the whole gang, you know? And now they're arguing over it. Mike is being a great mediator. One of the things that Logan Paul did say, which kind of got me frustrated, is like he's talking about him being on the same boat as all those other people who condemn gay people, or like being on the same boat as hateful speech. It's like, dog, aren't you on the side of the woke hateful speech? You know what I mean? So it's like you were talking about Andrew Tate speaking about misogyny and the things that he's saying about, but you're only looking at the worst parts of it. Right. So and you're also
looking
doing
at the worst parts of misogyny.
No, I mean you're talking about, you're taking the worst parts out of Andrew Tate's speech. Right. But what was it?
But to summarize, people are trying to cancel. Apparently, it's a soft cancel for sure. People are upset at Logan for his comments toward Christianity and feel like he was being rude to George in this conversation and going a little too hard on Christianity.
A little bit. Did you guys watch the clips?
Yeah, I saw the clip.
I watched the whole podcast. I didn't know it was going to be a thing because I watched the entire pod just listening. And I thought it was actually a pretty good. It was a boys pod, and I listened to the whole thing. I thought it was cool. I did not think that this would be a headline at all. Because it was, if you watch the whole thing, it was pretty well discussed and like a pretty good conversation as far as like them both, like George even being happy that they had the conversation and like them laughing. And then they kept doing callbacks to it later on in the podcast. So it's weird that this stuff becomes like headlines. But I think also it's because people are like, they're clip whores. They just take the clip and like, they'll get the worst parts of it. Be like, couldn't you believe what Logan said? But it's like, in the context of the conversation, it seemed like a pretty good conversation, and it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the whole conversation that Logan was having was like, and I'm not disagreeing with anything you said, but the issue is like, oh, okay, the grouping of stuff, right? Like, oh, can you say, oh, you're a Christian, you love Jesus, you love all this stuff, you condemn homosexuality, and then people that have died in the name of Christianity and all that stuff, like, and then George is like, bro, I'm just a believer, and I just want to kind of like give my own idea about stuff, and you're kind of you're bringing in all this other stuff.
You're kind of like forcing it. It's like he was talking about you just said something right before that. You were talking about Logan Paul speaking, like him combining it or condensing it all under one umbrella. Yeah. And George was just saying I agree with George because the things that he was talking about was just that yo, this is me. I'm trying to express my beliefs versus me just trying to force it upon somebody else. I feel like when Logan Paul takes jabs at George from whatever he said, is like, oh, he said something about like, you need to go to therapy because Jesus is not doing enough work for you.
Yeah, like shots like that.
Yeah. So it's like you're kind of taking a shot at the dude's belief of like Christianity, where it doesn't seem like George does that to him. It's like, oh, you don't believe in a God at all? Yeah. Like you're disgusting. You know, it's like you're not saying shit like that to him. I feel like some people can believe in. I think people need something to believe in, whether it's God, whether it's science, whether it's yourself. I think you kind of need that. I don't think Logan Paul would get anywhere without believing in something. Just like he said, he's agnostic. Yeah. I think it's kind of fucked up when you kind of get attacked.
I think agnostic just basically means you don't practice any religion.
Yeah, you don't practice any religion. You just believe in a higher power.
I don't think necessarily believe in a higher power. I think he does, but agnostic. I think agnostic, you just don't deal with religion.
It just seems like Logan has these preconceived notions.
Oh, you thought that because Logan said he believes in a higher power and he's agnostic?
Oh, yeah. I thought agnostic meant that. I didn't know that.
A person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence of nature of God or of anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. So they're just like in between. That's why he's not technically agnostic if he believes in a higher power. But that's what he would consider himself, because he just doesn't really deal with religion, which is fair enough to me.
But George made a point, though. He was like, I have conversations with people that hate me, and we have better conversations about religion, this topic, than I have with you, and you're my best friend. And it's like, why are you coming at me so hard about this shit? Because you have these preconceived notions about religion, and you're like attacking me with it, like, oh, you guys always do this, you guys always do that. But it's like,
well, they have a certain like barrier, you know, like our friendship, our banter. We could say some things that like we still know it's jokes, you know? So I'm going to assume that from his perspective, it's like, bro, this is literally a joke about something that you believe in. It might hurt you a certain type of way, but I mean it. I don't mean it maliciously.
But that's the thing. Like, I know some people that are like they're very religious, but even that, I don't know someone that talks about their religion as much as George does. But me personally, I feel like religion is something I wouldn't really play with like that. But I feel like, because Logan's a white boy, like, he's different. Like, oh, like he got sick. He's like, oh, good, gives you more time to pray. You're over there praying. Like, that was kind of funny. If I had a friend like Logan, I would think it's funny because I know Logan. Or even like I could see like JC making jokes like that. Mm-hmm. But then again, I've never been someone that's like that religious. But obviously, if someone is telling you they don't like the way you joke with them about their religion, that's the part that they didn't really get to clean in the conversation, which is that's all that really comes down to. Like, oh, he doesn't think it's funny how you make certain comments about it. But then Logan will double down and be like, well, it is true about the gay part. That is a group that doesn't like gay people. And then it just kind of kept going in circles. But I still thought it was a good conversation. Didn't think anyone did anything wrong.
That's a terrible statement to just throw everybody under that umbrella like that. You're going to have radicals of everything that you believe in. You're going to have radical Republicans, extreme Democrats. We see it now with the extreme liberal. But I'm saying, but the homosexuality, there's some where it's like, because there's different interpretations of the Bible where it's like, oh, we love everybody, right? So then that would include homosexuality.
Yeah, that's why some people put a positive spin to it. But I mean, homosexuality is frowned upon in Christianity.
In a lot of religions.
If anything, it's a minority now of people, of churches that are starting to become more and more accepting toward different things.
Jesus is gay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, you seen the shirts?
Yeah, and it's crazy. I've seen that shit written up places. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just like there's negative parts to a lot of religions. That's probably all you could really say to that. Like, there's negative parts, but it depends how you practice things and who you are as a person.
That's dangerous. That rhetoric is very dangerous, because we said the same thing about Muslims when the whole 9/11 thing happened. Like, oh, if you had on a hijab, right?
Yeah,
you're looking at them crazy. You're kind of like making sure they're not trying to blow you up. And it's like, no, that's not me. That's an extreme side that says America's bad and stuff like that. Like,
that's extreme, but all religions pretty much denounce being being homosexual. So that's not an extreme. That's actually more like following the letter of the book. I think it's more the human side of us and the progressive side, where people will be like, yeah, I know what it says, but it also says to love thy neighbor. So even though the Bible may say it's a sin, I'm still going to show love to these people. I don't have an issue. It just happens that my religion does technically say that this isn't allowed. I think there's a way to go about it, but it is actually by the book more. It's not really like crazy to denounce being gay, because that is the religion. But people become more progressive and woke.
And then I think it comes from a place of like Logan also not knowing what he's talking about too, because that's what George was saying. He was like, bro, do you even know any scriptures? And then Logan's kind of like, then you don't really know about it. So it's like you're talking about something you don't know about, and you're just shooting at me about it. It's like,
it's like you're already starting off on the side of not liking the religion because of certain things. Like maybe you could even assume that George thinks women are property because the Bible says that.
Right.
But he's not. Okay, for the argument's sake, I don't think, because he does address that. Logan addresses that that the 5 pillars of religion. It does a lot of great. Like, it's really good for people. I just feel like that was just like a friendship thing about them, or about George getting shit on, or just aggressively joking about his faith where the guy believes in it so much. I think it was fun to watch. I don't think Logan Paul deserves to be canceled for something like that. It was conversation. It was literal conversation.
I know, bro. George wasn't even canceling him. They were just laughing after that, making jokes about it, going on with the rest of the pod conversation. Like, that's why it's kind of weird. Like, wait, how are you mad? And George wasn't even mad.
It was like a 40-minute debate.
And they planned to do that debate on, like, or they didn't completely plan it, but they're like, yeah, let's go with it, because they were just fishing for topics to talk about, because they were just freestyling at that for a lot of it. Like, they had some topics in mind, but they were just freestyling, and they'd had that conversation earlier in the day, anyways, and talked separately. So
Mike was a great mediator too. He was talking about like how sometimes when Logan gets into that aspect of like bring the swords out, he talks about, especially when somebody's talking about religion, he kind of goes to that extreme side of it and goes to the worst parts of it. But when you're trying to argue like that, you're not gonna let somebody, you kind of put somebody into a shell. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys saw the Fresh and Fit Myron date with Cheyenne Briggs or Cheyenne Reynolds, whatever her name is. But it's like you're supposed to be on a date, and he just, as soon as she says a point, he's just going in like,
he hits her with a list of stuff he's already researched. Like, what about this? What about,
And I feel like that's kind of maybe how Logan probably
it's like you're not open to receive the information.
Yeah. It's like you're going to either make jokes or just kind of shit on the aspect of the religious, the worst parts of the religion.
And had he not shit on it, they wouldn't have had that great discussion, bro. Because Logan never stopped. Logan so many times has been like, you know what, bro, I see what you're saying. I respect that, but it's not good content. And I do think part of that was also Logan continuing to press. Yeah, bro, some people just know how to make good content. And that's why I was able to watch the entire pod.
Did they say anything? Well, what's it called? What did they say about Andrew Tate on that pod? I didn't get to that part.
Andrew Tate, they actually, Mike was kind of saying, to be honest, I think we might have played the Andrew Tate thing a little bit wrong. And then Logan was basically just saying, fuck him, I'll beat Andrew Tate's ass type shit. And like, just not really, he was saying like, ever since he got kind of uncanceled, he, like, you ain't, actually the same shit I was saying, that you're not seeing that same type of stuff he was talking about. He's not saying anything radical. He's not saying anything crazy. He's not really talking about women in that way at all. And, I mean, I just feel like, yeah, it's true, but I wouldn't come at it the same way Logan was, because Logan was trying to say he's full of shit and he's fake because of that. It's like, nah, I mean, that shit got him canceled, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to run it back. And also, I feel like at this point, he has to actually vouch for his own narrative as far as how he's perceived and make it very clear that, like, he has positive messages and he has a funny side, and Tristan's getting a lot of shine now, so fuck it.
All right. What's up?
Was there like a last topic? I think you said we might talk about one more.
Nah, we out this motherfucker, man.
All right.
It's been it was Akademiks and Lil Baby, but it's past. It's not even that. I feel like it's not even that juicy. Although, who you got winning the fight though?
Lil Baby. Lil Baby for sure.
No.
What the fuck?
No.
Versus Akademiks himself, like,
bro,
or chat
Akademiks
niggas.
outweighs him by like 300%.
That's bad. That's not good at all.
Hey, it's like the big dude we saw in the street beefs.
Yeah, bro. Just because you big, and Ak's not even big.
Bro,
big,
I'm gonna show you
Ak
a clip.
big, like soft, like pudgy type shit.
Bro,
like Ak ain't throwing no punches. Ak will sue the fuck out of somebody quick.
No, bro. Akademiks has been. Bro, he invited Lil Baby to pull up to his crib.
Yeah.
And Lil Baby didn't pull up, bro.
Yeah,
Akademiks has said he'll really fight any of them. And you know Akademiks be low key taking boxing and shit.
Nah, bro.
No, he does
That
not.
whole I'm the prize conversation when he couldn't even really like grab his girl like that. Like, nah, I don't know how he could fight Lil Baby. I feel like Lil Baby low key got hands. I seen little hella skinny niggas with hands.
Maybe.
Watch, I'm gonna show you the clip.
And Lil Baby got all the fucking.
Look at Lil Baby in the background.
Yeah, look at it. Look, he getting more. That's a shadow boxing. He would, bro. Come on,
All right,
now.
I gotta see this.
Come on now. He with Javante. Come on now.
It said Ak vs. Lil Baby would be hilarious because we all know Lil Baby don't got hands like that. Just look how bro was punching.
Come on, that's better than Ak. I've never seen Ak even lift his arms.
Yo, he was doing dance moves.
Come on,
Bro, you know Lil Baby can't fight, bro. He one of them skinny, tiny niggas that just can't. They're not. He's not athletic, bro. You seen him try to play basketball. I'm not saying Ak could play no basketball. Is Ak athletic? But Ak is big, bro. He thinks he can ragdoll.
Ak only need one.
Bro, Ak like 300 pounds, bro.
Ak can't throw a punch. That's what y'all don't understand.
Oh, maybe. But what if he just grabs him? If he grabs him and pins him down, what's he gonna do?
I don't think Ak has the arm strength or the leg strength to move somebody like
that. That
he got fat boy strength.
How can you say that?
No, bro.
Bro, you know how much Henny that motherfucker drink?
Bro, because Ak been talking about fighting people more and more. Like, he really thinks he could take any of these rappers because they out of shape and they're skinny as fuck. Like, just these tiny little dudes.
And they be taking perks.
Yeah, they are lean perks, bro.
I say Henny Ak would fuck up Lil Baby.
Oh God.
Okay, wait a minute.
Angry Ak off the Henny? Come on, bro. Ak's washing him.
Henny Ak is beating anybody in the UFC roster
and he's gonna be talking shit while he's punching you.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's the crazy part.
Out for sure, because he got the size, bro. And if you don't know how to fight, and you got a dude way bigger than you, bro, it's tough. It's tough, like, and you're not gonna know how to keep Ak off of him. Because if Ak ain't winning with the hands, bro, he gonna just tie his ass up, wear him out, be punching him while he's down.
Your album mid, your song mid. Just keep going.
Okay, quick one. Okay, Adam or Ak?
Adam.
I feel like Adam.
Adam used to take jujitsu for a while too.
Seriously?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like recently too.
Got tattoos.
Adam's really Adam's like 6'3".
Yeah. And he's a big dude. Like pretty heavy dude. Like even before the kid, he was pretty solid, wasn't he? Like
I mean, he's lost a lot of weight now. He got a little like dad body for a second, but he says he's lost a lot of weight. But yeah, bro, he's taller than Ak. He took jujitsu, so that all that size ain't gonna do shit if you don't know how to use it. Ak ain't no wrestler neither. So I would probably take Adam. I'd probably take Adam. But I feel like Adam would get his game face on. He'd get into gear, bro, because Adam been in fights and shit. Unless you ask Joe Budden.
Not that Kelpie shit. Nobody says that Kelpie.
He'd be in his own fights, bro. You don't know other people's.
Okay, the best fight would be Henny Ak versus Faded Adam. You see? I know, because during the Kelpie shit, Adam looked faded as fuck. So when that shit happened, it caught him off guard, you know?
Give Ak a chance.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a good time, man. I got a Lakers game to catch, so that's why I got the beanie on, boy.
Bro, that's just gay.
But yeah, we about to head out with your little gay ass beanie. But yeah, so Pushin' P is a rap.
Pushin' please.
Pushin' please.
Yes,
Damn, we should have said that. We should have said. You know what? I'll name the episode that Pushin' please. No, I don't even name the episodes anymore. Maybe I should start doing that again. On the thumbnail.
Nah, I think it's better when you... Oh, on the thumbnail? Yeah.
Maybe on the thumbnail, yeah, because it's better when you put the topics on there. Yeah, Fritzy actually gave me that idea.
Oh, okay.
Because one time I fucked up and I put Russell Westbrook clip, but I accidentally just put the whole podcast, not even fully edited. He watched the entire thing. He was, I'm like, oh, shit. And then he was saying, like, yo, low-key, the reason I watched for so long is because I saw, like, the topics and shit on it. And I'm like, bro. He gave me the advice. He was like, yeah, you should definitely do that from now on. So ever since then, bro, I started just writing the topics we talked about.
It's good when you write him like what we talked about on the pod.
And God and heaving.
You've been nice with the fucking clickbait shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the bag. All right, man. We out this motherfucker. Rizzy Gang.